I'm surrounded by the most visually experienced generation of all time. So these kids have seen more images than anybody before them in human history. But they're not necessarily visually educated. So they need to become educated. They need to be savvy about the things that they're looking at. And we know that image makers are powerful. I mean, they're powerful in that they can be artists and be expressive and tap into, this big, wonderful world of art. But you could take all of that kind of savvy too, and you can work for Nike. So there can be things out there that you can do, that you can apply yourself to, that involve visual art education. So you're talking about creativity, and you're talking about non-linear thinking, and you're talking about associative thinking, and you're exercising a part of your brain that you don't necessarily during the rest of your academic day. Super important. I mean, you don't want to become so left-brained that you fall over. So it's about a kind of balance. And of course, when both hemispheres are in balance, you're the smartest person around. I couldn't possibly pick art over science. And if I say art, then I mean music, and I mean dance, and I mean theater. We need all that stuff because it's all interconnected. I mean, the pitch that I always give my classes is that ceramics is the center of it all, because it is. It's the starting place. It's where we began making things for a purpose. It connects 35,000 years of human history. It connects all cultures. It connects the expressiveness of art to our need to engineer and make things of utility. I mean, ceramics is the beating heart of everything that we do, and that's the way I throw it together, because it's a great place to begin sticking all that other stuff too. And with ceramics, you can talk about science, and you can talk about poetry. Clearly, you can talk about history.